congratulations on stepping into Night Court again. I mean, when you first heard about the news of Night Court returning to the screen, I'm pretty sure you were excited about it, but deep down, were you hopeful you would get to step into the court again?
I had no expectations of that. I was just happy uh, for John and for uh, the whole concept of a Night Court reboot. But nah, I didn't envision
Wow, you
being in three finales and a couple of the opening episodes.
must have been emotional because I watched the original series when I first heard about Night Court coming. I was curious to watch it. So it's like emotional experience as a viewer. Did you experience an emotional feeling getting back on set?
Emotional kind of, but it was like going home. I've said before. I've also said it was like going uh to your prom in your 70s. It's you go back to your 1971 high school prom and everybody's still there. And there have been changes, but it's comfortable. So even though I didn't expect anything and wished everybody well. I was very happy to be there and see some of the old people who are still there and meet the new people. And it's amazing considering all of us who are not around, Harry, uh, Charlie, Marky, Richard, they still have managed to make it a continuum, a family like continuum that it's almost like there was no break, no 30-year break. It's very comfortable that way.
And talking, it's like going back to a prom. I mean, would the character John, like the character of Dan, would he be like the prince, the king of prom? I mean,
Yeah,
continue
he'd have still
to
been he would have still been the slut, he was our uh yeah, cast slut. But yeah,
but
but
the
it would have been good to see him, and it was good to see him. I always enjoy working with uh John. He's always been very giving uh to me, especially since I not an actress, a trained actress, and he is an actor. You could imagine sometimes people being frustrated, with the inexperience that I have. I'm a stand-up. I'm not really trained as an actress, but he was always very kind, never uh, ever frustrated or condescending or anything. And it's always good to see him and work with him.
your character Roz in the original series, she was very fun. She was very quiet, very straight faced, but always had some things that she would like throw off people, like getting to express how she liked bowling naked, just having to obligated to wear these shoes. I mean, she was hilarious and not too far from Dan's little witty personality.
Well, Roz was, you know, they were all career people. We got a judge, we got lawyers, we got people Roz was, had a high school diploma and a job. And so she was in it, but not necessarily of it as they were. So I always said that my job on the original was to walk in and observe them going crazy and then say, that's not going to work, and then walk out. And then at the end of the show, I would come back and say, I told you it wasn't going to work. And that's pretty much what I did on Night Court.
I love it. What was it like to work with Lakrita Gerks?
Love Lakrita. Love her. I had never met her before, but when we met on the set, she was just so warm and affectionate and nice. And we had a great meeting and a great big hello hug, and I always enjoy working with her.
There were a project that you could go back to and step into those shoes again? I mean, you get to do it today to go back to another
Yeah.
sitcom. Which project would it be?
Which project would I want to go back and do again? I don't know, uh, because, like you said, Night Court has been that. I got to revisit a big part of my past, in this new show. So I'm looking for, like Marsha on the Moon. I'm looking for the next, you know, Final Frontier. I want to explore new territory, and I'm comfortable letting the sleeping dogs lie. I'm not embarrassed by my past, and I don't think I need to correct things. I'll let it stand, and we'll keep going forward.
I love it. I love your mentality on that. Thank you so much for your time and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.